Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a read for you and that other person. That other person could be a significant other, it could be a person of interest, right? Even a friend or family member, all right? A lot of times this could be a situation, one side or the other as well. So feel free to reverse the messages as you see fit. I'm going to be tapping into the general energies and see what wants to come up for Sagittarius. But do keep in mind that if you'd like a personal read to tap into your own personal energies, then go to theguidedintuitive.com somewhere here or in my description box below, and we'll get you going, okay? All right, let's see what's in store. Thank you to all of you that have ordered the Beyond the Read sessions. I do appreciate that, okay? Those of you that are looking to eradicate unwanted emotions that might be holding you back, that you've been seeing maybe a pattern taking place, it helps eradicate that at the root of the situation and let you move forward in life, okay? And if you're not sure what service works best for you, feel free to book a discovery session. It is a quick, free session for yourself that you could actually explore that, and I can share with you actually, based upon your current situation at hand, what might be the best service for you, and you can take that with you and decide what's best, okay? All right, so you'll see that up here in my description box below too, all right? I call it a discovery kind of session in terms of my coaching, all right? So let's take a look and see what's in store for you here, all right? November 1st through the 15th, 2019. What's in store for Sagittarius here, okay? We're going to pull from a lot of different decks, so we're going to start with the tarot and see what wants to come through, okay? So here you are. You're moving on from something, Sag, okay? That's what I see here, moving to calmer waters, right? This is really, really important. It could be in a relationship or in a situation, whatever you find yourself in. Now, you could be taking on this type of energy or be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that sword type air energy there, okay? That's what I see coming through. But it's a 6 card, and you're moving on for growth, because 6s are about growth. So you're moving on so you can give yourself the growth that you need and the stability that you need, I think, in this situation, okay? So that's what I see here right now. Anything else that wants to come through right now for you here? Yeah, it's like you want this new beginning, a brand new beginning in a relationship or in a situation. That's what I kind of see, okay? Pages of Pentacles are about messages, right? And the pages are all about manifestation, right? If you're in a business, you want to move on to a new enterprise, a new type of business. Or if you're in a relationship, it could be a brand new relationship, but that's what you're looking for, okay? And that, or a new beginning with an old relationship. But that's what I see. How do you feel about them? How do you feel about this person right now? Let's see what that is. What wants to come through? You're kind of looking long term in the situation of what you want. And if you're currently partnered with someone, this does talk about maybe looking long term. This is the 2 of Wands, which talks about duality. Could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But that is talking about maybe setting up something long term, right? This is about, progress, what you've made so far in progress, what is yet to be discovered, in this relationship or situation. And then make it a judgment call about that, right? So you're looking at that. Anything else? Yeah, it's well, I let the cards dictate what wants to come through. This talks about a love connection, lovers, some sort of union, okay, that is taking place, that you're looking long-term. You're looking for long-term love, or you're looking for, as it pertains to your current situation, what that long-term means. If you're not in a relationship, it could be some sort of union that you have or contract you have with someone or something. Could very much well be that, but I just let the cards come up and say what it does. But it does say, it does like it's taking a more of a romantic tone a little bit, okay? Let's see about how they feel about you, this other side, how they feel about you, what wants to come through here. They're a little tied up. I think they need a change of perspective a little bit. They're going through, the 8 of Swords. Yeah, the 8 of Swords. 8s are talking to me about change, and the Swords are talking about me, that there is some sort of change that needs to be made. They feel a little bit more imprisoned in their situation, in their thoughts, or in their situation, but they can easily get right out of this and walk right through the Swords. There's an opening here to look at things differently from an emotional standpoint. You can see there's water in front of her. There's muddy waters here, and she feels like she might be kind of not sure which way to go. and a little bit confused, but this is saying take a different perspective. There's an opening here to be able to walk through if you change a different perspective. So this person is a little bit imprisoned by their thoughts in some way, shape, or form, okay? And that's what seems to be coming through for this person. They need to look at things. So they feel a little bit tied and bound, okay? Again, you could be dealing with a fellow, it could be well, I shouldn't say fellow, but this seems to be coming through as a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? Or this other person's carrying on that type of energy, okay? Or that type of energy is around them. What else wants to come through? How they feel about you? Yeah, it's like they want to come forth and bring a new beginning, I feel like that perhaps they feel. They want a new start. They want a solid new beginning in the situation. Now, nights are about motion. It's about it's romance, and it's bringing about, they're very, very charming. So perhaps that you've got some sort of Capricorn that is coming forth and bringing an opportunity. Whatever that case may be, there might be an opportunity at hand, but it's very, 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 very slow, okay? So that's what's coming into play. How interesting. Anything else that wants to come up and how they feel about you? Something's slow, it's not happening. And it's almost like I almost feel that you are taking on this passion and energy. You want to move forward a lot faster than this other person, okay? And that's what I see. The wands represent the fire sign of the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type energy. I think you want to move fast, but this other person really is moving very, very, very slow, okay? And that's what I'm seeing here, which is interesting. Let's see what wants to come through in terms of the other cards here. So what is it that you need to know most about them? Okay, Sagittarius, what do you need to know most about them? Here we go. Motion, okay, interesting. So what this tells me is that what you want to know is that it's like you see this picture here. It's like things are going in slow motion, right? They're kind of blurred out a little bit. So this person is taking their time in terms of moving forward, okay? And that's exactly what I see here, right? This is about being aware of what's influencing their decisions, and they feel that they're moving forward slow, okay? And they need to know that any little bump in the road along the way is just a minor setback as they move forward, okay? And it's not a disaster. They can quickly just jump right over it and move on, is what this is saying. So what's happening here is they're moving slower because they're having some obstacles that are maybe they're perceiving as to be a lot bigger than they really are, but they need to keep moving forward. But that's why it's going slowly, okay? So that's what I see. It's kind of like this is about them acting for change rather than hoping for change, okay? So it's interesting here. What you need to know most about them is just that they're being very calculated in their process, and they're moving and they're moving quite slow. And it's just because they're shifting belief systems that are taking place. Remember when I talked about limiting beliefs and that type of thing? Kind of with them, I'm beyond the read. What this is talking about here is that they are shifting through that, looking at that, seeing what it is that they need to change so they can rid of that and be able to move on faster versus slow motion, okay? And because they're just kind of taking in and every time that they that they're shifting some sort of belief, there is a flood of creativity and confidence that comes into play, and then they're at this new stage again. So now they have to make a decision on how they're going to work it in terms of moving forward. So yeah, that's what this is saying. So it's like this is about them moving forward and taking action, okay? And so what you need to know most about them is that they're being slow in doing that. And but it requires action. So they need to take action, really, is what the case is, what's happening here. What is it that's what you need to know most about them. What are the blocks and difficulties from the situation? What are the blocks and difficulties of the situation? Productivity, right? That makes sense of what we just talked about, right? Making sure that whatever they put their time into, that it's something productive that leads to opportunity, that leads to growth, that leads to fulfillment, right? Leads to something blooming into something else. And it sheds offspring of some sort. So what this is saying is that to focus on what it is that that is productive, and that of which is not, that's not productive, to eliminate that. So clearing things out and shifting and sorting what's working for them, where they're getting their investment and where they're not getting the investment. So they're kind of shifting and sorting. That could have to do with relationships, situations, or work situations, whatever the case may be. But these are some of the blockages that I feel that are happening in this relationship or in this situation. Okay, so that's what I see here. What's the best, let me find out. I want to know kind of a little bit on how they feel, any more about how they feel about you. How do they feel about you? How does this other side feel about you? Center, okay? Interesting. So you see this here? It's almost as if someone's wearing a mask, and it's about this person really centering themselves, really getting to know themselves. But the center is almost as if that, gosh, it's like centering themselves, self-centering themselves, and bringing their values and their center of the world, like they're trying to gain balance for themselves, right? They feel about you, they think that you maybe help balance them a little bit. I think in some way you help center themselves, you help make them feel stronger and more balanced, like you don't have to wear a mask in any way if that is the case. It's like they like you around as being their positive sphere of influence, is what I'm seeing here. So they do love that, all right? And this is about letting go of any fixed expectations and time frames. And this is saying is that they're saying is that rather than them rushing and having to have something's rushed, is the saying take the time, that that they need to let go of time frames, and they need to let go of fixed expectations they have on this relationship or on this situation. Okay, quite interesting, yeah. What's the best way to move forward for you? What is the best way to move forward for you? Okay, what is the best way to move forward in this situation for you? Let's see what that is. Specialization. Okay, this is to focus on one person or one thing. So if you have a lot of people in terms of we're dating, maybe zeroing and kind of specializing in on that, focusing on that one person. If it has to do with a relationship, right? Really kind of gathering things and sifting and sorting. A lot of that's happened. There's a lot of a thing happening here that is saying that you need to specialize in terms of moving forward and to focusing on one direction, one thing, so you can have this transformation. There's a lot of transformation of butterflies that are coming through here. A lot of things that are unseen here with the moon, right? There's like a crescent moon here. And so I really believe that there's things that are unseen and everything, but it's saying is that to transform, you can't be focusing on going in so many directions. This is about conserving your energy, using the energy wisely when you move forward, rather than being so scattered all over the place, okay? That's what this is talking about, because then you're going to transform the situation. You're going to transform the relationship, okay? So if you are focused with your heart on a lot of things or more than one person, it's not going to come to fruition as you would like it to, and it won't be transformed, okay? You might have a lot of open situations that may not be happening well at the same time. So that's what this is talking about. So let's clarify this with the tarot. What's the best way to move forward in this situation? What was the best way to move forward in this situation? What is that? What is that? So this is about, this is a Seven of Swords. And this is about not being sneaky and seeing maybe multiple people or, having your hands in multiple baskets is what this is saying in some way, okay? It could be with work, it could be in a relationship, but ridding of this type of behavior. This could be you or that other person, but this is what I'm seeing. It wants you to rid of this behavior in terms of moving forward. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or you or that other person is taking on this energy. But you see someone that's tiptoeing out of camp and looking back over their shoulder. something is not being 100% truthful, 100% honest coming through. There's a little bit of something not something being a little bit deceiving. Okay, let me clarify this a little bit more on this Seven of Swords. This is about sevens are about faith too. So I mean faith that this is not gonna happen. But let's just clarify that and see what else wants to come through here. Yeah, kind of cutting that type of behavior out. So you might be cutting that type of behavior out if you feel yourself resonating with this, kind of cutting that out, or this other person is cutting that out. Okay, not going to do this anymore. So you might decide you're not going to do this anymore. Or the other person saying I'm not going to put up with this type of behavior anymore. Just saying, that's what's coming through. Anything else that wants to come through? Yeah, it's like, because the queens are all about influence, and when she does this, when she's got her swords out, this is also talking about she's very perceptive and she can see things behind the unseen. So whether that's you or that other person carrying this on, this is what I'm feeling. Okay, and the swords are again that air energy. Okay, all right, let's see what else wants to come through. Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is saying is to persevere on what it is that you want. You're almost there. You've got the Nine of Wands. You've got one more to go to have this completion. One more to go to have a full total completion here. This talks to me about to continue to persevere, to overcome that, or to overcome this kind of behavior, or to not put up with this kind of behavior, anymore. Yeah. That's exactly what I see here. How interesting. So what's going to help you in this process? Let's see what wants to come out for you. What do the soul trees have to say? What's going to help you in this situation? What is going to help you in this situation? Let's see what's going to help you here, Sag. What is it? Sacred. Wow. This is interesting because what this talks to me about is that this is having some sort of recognizing and honoring the divine and the purity that is within you, okay, within this relationship or within this situation, okay, acting with pure thoughts, sacred intentions, right? That's what I see coming through, and to really recognize your sacred life, your connection with the spirit, where your connection with source is going to be very, very great here. Anything else that wants to come through, any advice in this situation? So staying true to yourself, your connection with source is going to give you what you need in terms of making a proper decision in this relationship or in this situation. Hold that sacred to you, okay? And anything else that wants to come through? Wow, symbolism. This is talking about to take heed of symbols that happen to come up. It could be numbers, it could be animal totems of sorts, it could be something in your dreams of some sort. Be aware of what wants to come through because it's shining the light on it. And the blue is the communication of the throat chakra. All forms of communication, not just speaking, but any forms of communication. Be aware of these forms of communication coming to you. The universe is trying to send you messages, perhaps through your dreams, to shed some light on this and to zero in on this because it has messages for you to move forward, okay? So it's going to help you in the process. So take heed of that. It's going to help you. Anything else that's going to help you? Let's see what else. Sage. Ooh, very, very nice. And this is talking to me about wisdom. You've gained a lot of wisdom through this experience. Perhaps you've experienced this relationship and sneaky behavior, whatever the case may be. You've gained wisdom, and so now it's going to have you act differently or not put up with those types of acts as well. But that's what I see here. Yeah, that's exactly what I see here. Going through this process. So I hope that this resonated with you in some way, shape, or form. And guys, I look forward to seeing you in the second half of November. And until then, namaste.